Carter from Carter Curricula, where I am on a mission to savor our shared humanity with analysis and commentary of poetry written by dead poets. The poet that we're going to take a look at for the next 10 sessions will be Nikki Giovanni from a book, uh, Black Feeling, Black Thought, Black Judgment. I believe that's the name of it. I will put a link in the description so you can pick up the book. The title of the poem that we'll take a look at, written in roughly, well, at least it was published in 1970, so civil rights era, just 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 after it, perhaps the major elements or major parts of the civil rights era. Nikki Giovanni, a poet, an activist, a revolutionary, a professor, and she wrote a tale, or I should say a poem, but lots of her poems read like tales on hearing the girl with the flaxen hair. A couple things about this poem comes from a piano solo written in 1970 by Claude Debussy. It's really about an innocent blonde girl, right? And so apparently, the way Giovanni wrote this, she probably heard that piano solo, and then she wrote a poem about it as a response. Let's go ahead and read it, and then I'll make a few observations, analyze it, and then give my commentary on it. On hearing the girl with the flaxen hair, he has a girl who has flaxen hair. My woman has hair of gray. I have a woman who wakes up at dawn. His girl can sleep through the day. His girl has hands soothed with perfume sweet. She has lips soft and pink. My woman's lips burn in midday sun. My woman's hands black like ink. He can make music to please his girl. Night comes, I'm tired and beat. He can make notes, make her heart beat fast. Night comes, I want off my feet. And then here's the final stanza. Maybe if I don't pick cotton so fast, maybe I'd sing pretty too. Sing to my woman with hair of gray. Croon softly, baby, it's you. Now, what we see in this text is antithesis. We see contrast. Antithesis is the balancing of two opposites through contrast. It's usually a balance, so one opposite here alongside the other opposite. We see a structural balance throughout the entire thing as well for the poet. The poet writes in this antithesis lines for stanza 1, lines 1 and 4 are about the flaxen hair girl, lines 2 and 3 about the gray haired woman. There's a girl that's spoken about, and there's a woman that's spoken about. These are sort of written antithetically. In stanza 2, lines 1 and 2 are talking about the girl, and lines 3 and 4 are talking about the woman. Again, we have antithesis in stanza 4 or stanza 3, line 3 and line 1 and line 3, talking about the girl, the flaxen hair girl. Her significant other is speaking about himself, or I should say, the gray hair woman is speaking about the flaxen hair girl's, um, the girl with flaxen hair. He's speaking about her significant other. The speaker is the significant other of the gray hair woman, and he speaks about himself in line 2 and line 4. You see the alternating structure here. You see the couplet there. There is no alternating, and then there's a sort of an alternating structure in a stanza 1. The last stanza, the speaker, who is the gray hair woman's significant other, is speaking entirely of himself and speaking in contrast to the hard work that he does and what he could do in terms of uh, singing to his significant other. Now, you see here a wonderful thing happening in terms of technique. Um, the poet Nikki Giovanni is using the technique of alliteration, of antithesis to highlight the sweetness of relationships that can come with leisure as opposed to labor. It is a good thing in this poem for a relationship to flourish and blossom and thrive if it has leisure. If one is simply involved in labor all the time, then man, how can you ever cultivate a relationship? Think about it. If someone is, if you got a couple and all they do is work all day and then they come home, how is it that they are going to cultivate relationship if all they're doing is working all the time? Leisure is highlighted here as antithetical to labor, and leisure is the thing that is really sought after by the speaker. The speaker wants and longs for leisure, and he uses and the poet uses antithetical structure to highlight the speaker's desire for leisure so that they can have a beautiful, sweet relationship, just as the individual, the individuals, the flaxen hair woman and her man has a sweet relationship. This is sort of a social commentary that Giovanni has in this text because socially in the 1970s, 1960s, there was blatant discrimination, blatant inequality. The inequality still exists in this country, the United States today, but the blatantness of the inequality, there was no hiding of the inequality, especially certain parts of the country. There was no hiding that inequality, and the poet is going straight after the sociological problems of the time and saying, "Hey, look, some of the people who are in the laboring class ought to have a little bit of that leisure. If we had a little bit of that leisure, I'd be able to enjoy relationships just like the woman with flaxen hair, just like the blonde hair woman can. My woman," he says, "is gray, and she wakes up at dawn. She has to work. My woman has burned lips because of the midday sun. She's a laborer. She's outside working. My woman's hands are black like ink because, well, she's outside working. She's using her hands, right? The sun is burning her hands. Plus, she must be working in the soil, and her hands are blackened because of the dirt, working in dirt." He says, the speaker says, night comes and I'm tired and beat, right? So she's tired and beat most likely because she's working hard. And nighttime comes and I'm tired and beat too. Nighttime comes and I want off my feet. The only thing that he longs for is he says maybe if I don't pick cotton so fast, maybe if I don't have to do all this work and have these quotas, and I be able to have some leisure time, just like the flaxen hair girl and her significant other, maybe I'd sing pretty too. Maybe I'd sing her a tune. Maybe I would sing to my woman with gray hair. That gray haired woman, I could show some affection, some love to. But sociologically, the times were not allowing him to do that for his woman. But the times did allow for someone to do it. And he says, "I will croon softly, baby, it's you." In this text, we see that antithesis sets the stage for the speaker to show that leisure in relationship is more than welcome, is more than wanted, because labor alone will not help to cultivate a strong, significant, and meaningful relationship. If that doesn't make you say, wow, man, I don't know what will. This poem gets after the heart of the sociological issues at the time. But let's bring this poem home and apply it to our particular context. If you have a significant other and labor is all that you seek, you're working, she's working, you're working, he's working, all you do is work. Take time to find some leisure together. Go for a walk together, dance together, sing together, watch a movie together, love together, watch the clouds pass through the sky, listen to the rustling of the trees, go on a holiday together. Do something where you are able to experience leisure with each other because it is in the leisure and not simply in the labor that you are able to cultivate significant and meaningful relationship. Cultivate significant and meaningful relationship with your significant other and watch the depth of your relationship blossom and bloom. Well, that's all we have for this one. It's a powerful text, worth reading. I will link the book in the description. I've got 9 more of these. We're looking at 10 poems from the book. I believe it's Black Thought, Black Feeling, Black Judgment. I think that's what it's called, or Black Talk, Black Feeling, Black Judgment. I think that's it. Anyhow, I'll link it in the description. The next poem that we're taking a look at is "You Came Too." You Came Too. Um, I'll link this poem also in the description so you could at least maybe take a look at it and work ahead. Um, Man, let me cap this off by saying in this poem on hearing the girl with flaxen hair, it uses antithesis to highlight the sweetness of relationship where leisure is at the center of it. And it's not just about leisure, or it's not just about labor. You must have some leisure with your honey. I'll see you on the next one.